Good morning, Sydney Football League members and team owners, and welcome to the Week 6 edition of the SFL Breakdown. This week, I'll break down the first sus/Mac week and give you a quick peek at Week 7. Let's get started. Filthy Fornicators versus Squirrel Bait. Joe is in first place in the sus now. He beat Aaron for his fourth win. Brandon Ayuk's first multi-score game in Atlanta helped. So did Jamar Chase, who had his best game of the year at New Orleans. He caught 7 of 10 targets for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. The NFL's top tight end, Travis Kelce, also had 108 yards. Joe should change his team name because Leonard Fournette isn't on his roster. Fornicators, 137. Squirrel Bait, 100. Next up, the Federalist, Chuck Taylor versus Everybody Hurts. Justin made the best waiver move last week, picking up Colts back Deion Jackson, who caught 10 of 10 passes for 80 yards and ran for 42 and a score. Miami's Tyreek Hill caught 12 of 15 targets for 177 yards at home in a loss to Minnesota. Despite his best efforts, Mike's waiver moves were not able to earn him his third win. Taysom Hill, Tyler Algier, and Eno Benjamin combined for only 16 points. For the record, I offered him Adam Thielen and the Saints defense in multiple trade proposals. Those two players scored 17 points Sunday. Chuck Taylor, 113. Everybody Hurts, 91. In the first of 3 featured sus losses, Show Me Your TDs versus Allen Angels. Steve lost to Jeff. Jeff rode Joe Burrow's best game, 4 total touchdowns, and good games from backs Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker III. Justin Jefferson chipped in with 107 yards on 6 catches. Steve's third loss dropped him into third place and exposed his team as being overly reliant on exceptional games from Josh Allen. TDs 115, Angels 107. Fourth game, Snosberry Herbert versus the Lamb Bone Soupsters. In our second sus loss, Eddie was beat by Alfred. The lowest scoring game of Week 6 was undecided until overtime Monday night. Austin Eckler's third straight game with a score won the week for Al. Solid outings from Leonard Fournette and George Kittle helped too. After winning the championship last year, Eddie no longer prioritizes winning. He left 54 points on the bench and fell into last place. Snosberry 90, Soupsters 87. The game of the week, Goal Line Grizzlies versus Gypsy Danger, was the closest finish in SFL history and the final featured Week 6 sus loss. Brian was beaten by me by less than a quarter of a point. A decent defensive day from LA and a rushing touchdown from the same team's running back gave me the edge. Incredibly inconsistent quarterback play out of Russell Wilson secured the win in overtime Monday when Cortland Sutton was only targeted 3 times, catching 2 balls for 14 yards. I have now claimed top seed in the projected playoff bracket, and I do not plan on letting go. Grizzlies 95.42, Gypsy Danger 95.2. Now let's take a quick look at the second interleague week with a quick dirty Week 7 preview. Eddie and Sean, Dak's back and projected to score the same amount of fantasy points as Mahomes. Saquon Barkley continues his dominance. This first versus worst matchup isn't a given and will be decided by the rest of each team's rosters. Aaron versus Steve. With the Bills on a bye, Steve may as well take a week's vacation. Aaron will easily walk away with their second win, but still be alone in the SFL cellar. Brian Jeff. This is projected even, but Brian still needs to fill a roster spot. Jeff needs another big game from Breece Hall or Joe Burrow to stay in place or better in the MAC. Stay in second place or better in the MAC. Alfred versus Justin. This is the game of the week. Closely projected. Keep an eye on the waivers to see if Al adds firepower. Last, Mike and Joe. Mike's in danger of falling into last place unless he gets some help from a trade. He's projected to lose badly to Joe. Well, that's it. That's all. Joe, Mike, Aaron, Justin, Eddie, Alfred, Steve, Brian, and Jeff. Have a great second Mac versus Sus week. Lock into Thursday Night Football, Saints, Cardinals. And as always, go Niners.